Tuesday, June 12th, 2018. And I just got done watching the Nintendo press conference slash Smash Brothers Pokemon gameplay thing. So I looked at the length of this thing because I had to go to work, so I couldn't watch it live. So I went to work, came home, I looked at the length. 2 hours. I'm going 2 hour press conference. So I hunkered down. I'm going to be here for a couple of hours. Got my notepad ready. I'm ready to take some notes. Multiple pages going to be dedicated. Because obviously they're going to... No. It's about 40 minutes. Last hour and 20 minutes is basically them playing Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Now, where do you go with that after? You called it Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Do you call it Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Infinity next? But let's get into this. The first game they showed was Daemon X Machina. I'll tell you, it looks like Gundam mixed with Armored Core mixed with Borderlands. It looked cool. Fast-moving mechs going up against even bigger mechs. Cel-shaded, very stylized, and it looked awesome. Really did. Looked like a game I probably would get. So I'd give that one a thumbs up. Then they showed Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna the Golden Country, which I guess is a expansion for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's coming out in September 18th. Which, if you love Xenoblade Chronicles 2, this is more. So, yeah, it looked like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with new content. I have Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I just haven't played it yet. Then Reggie comes out and kind of tells us about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Talks a little bit about the games. Pokemon, they let you bring in your Pokemon Go characters into the game. So there's a way to get your Pokemon Go characters from your mobile device into Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee. You can play with a friend, so have direct... And then, of course, they've got this Pokeball Plus thing, this little Pokeball. It's about that big, that can be used as a controller for this game, which tells you how simplistic the controls have to be if you can use a ball with a button on it as your controller. I mean, I haven't seen a simplistic controller like that since the Atari 2600's, old joystick with one button. Now, I know this is a lot more advanced because it's got its motion controls in it. But, if you're a Pokemon fan, you get to hold a Pokeball and pretend like you're throwing it. Why wouldn't you get it? So, he touched on a little bit of that. They did kind of a press conference a lot like Square Enix. It seems like the bigger Japanese companies seem to who are still very heavily rooted in Japan, seem to focus a lot more on not really coming out and doing a big stage thing. They just kind of do their own little... I mean, this was a Nintendo Direct, kind of, but it was for the E3, 2018. So they did, so it wasn't in front of a crowd, there wasn't a big audience, so it wasn't clunky or anything. It was very well done. Everybody knew what they were supposed to say, everybody said it right, everybody did a good job. So then they go into Super Mario Party. That'll come out on October 5th, 2018. Now, it is kind of interesting, Super Mario Party, if you have multiple Switches, you can actually kind of configure the Switches where you can put them together in weird ways and it'll change the ways the arenas look. Then, if you have Switches that are going head-to-head, you can team up with a friend and go up against the two people on the other side playing the other Switch. It's pretty cool. And then you can, of course, strategize and be secretive because they can't see your screen and you can't see theirs. So it looks like they're taking it to the next level for Super Mario Party. October 5th. of 2018. Then they showed Fire Emblem Three Houses, tactical RPG, spring of 2019. That's a ways off. Tactical or strategic? I don't know how you want to say it for RPG, but it's a Fire Emblem game. If you've played Fire Emblem before, you'll play it again. I wish I was good at like strategic or tactical RPGs, but I'm terrible at strategy. I'm one of those guys that it's like, just give me the biggest gun and let me go and shoot. And give me an invincibility code, if possible. Or I'll play it on the easiest mode so that I don't have to be stealthy or have to be clever. I'm not clever. I don't form strategies. I go in shooting every time. I just want to wreck stuff. I'm not the smartest person in the universe. So they talked about that a little bit. Then they talked about Fortnite. Fortnite looks like Fortnite, but now it's on the Switch. So if you like Fortnite, there you go. It's on the Switch now. Then they went into 4 games really fast. They went into Overcooked 2, which I guess is coming out August 7th. So if you played the first Overcooked, you'll like this one. Then there was Killer Queen Black later this year. It's coming out. I didn't really know what I was looking at. It almost looked like Joust. Just really updated for the, because it almost had that same feel of platforms and going. I mean, it's not Joust, but it kind of gave me that impression that it's like, that kind of looks like Joust. I like Joust. This game, though, looks more complicated. Then they talked about Hollow Knight. So they talked about 3 games. Hollow Knight is an action-adventure. It's available now. It's an action-adventure platformer. I didn't really like the look of the game, but that doesn't mean it's not fun. Then they touched on Octopath Traveler, which comes out July 13th, and you can get a demo for it on June 14th, which I might download because I love to get a free demo of a game that I want to really see if it's a game I really want. Then they just went into this giant, just 2 or 3 second clips of all these games, and these are all the games that they listed. Starlink, coming out October 16th. Arena of Valor, coming out fall of 2018. Starlink, of course, I talked about in, I think it's a Ubisoft game, and they have Star Fox in it. Arena of Valor almost looks like a Dota or something like that. Minecraft coming out June 21st. It's funny, I already thought Minecraft was on the Switch. I guess I was wrong. Sushi Striker, which is out now, which I don't know. There have been people that play it that said it's a ton of fun. Donkey Kong Rabbids, which also talked about in the Ubisoft one. It's Rabbids. It's still Mario Rabbids, but now it's got Donkey Kong in it. PixARK, which looks like Minecraft melded with Ark Survival. Looks cool. It really does. There's me saying looks cool again, so if you want a drink, go for it. Then they announced Just Dance 2019, which comes out October 23rd, which I also talked about with the Ubisoft one. Then Dragon Ball Fighter Z is coming out this year for the Switch. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, July 13th. The Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is coming out later this month on the 29th. Then they had Ningala. I don't know what that game is. I saw the 3 seconds of it and I go, I still don't know what it is. Comes out spring of 2019, so it's a ways off. So we got more time. Then they had Carcassonne, which is it's based off of, I think, like a board game. And then you can probably get it on every platform, every device. There's probably a version of Carcassonne somewhere. But it's coming out holiday 2018. Then they have FIFA 19, which is coming out September 28th. So it's good that FIFA is going to be on the Switch. Then you have Ark Survival Evolved, which is coming out fall of 2018. Wasteland 2, fall of 2018. Paladins, which I guess is kind of a Overwatch ripoff that tries to be an Overwatch ripoff to be funny. So it looks like a fun game, but it's coming to the Switch. which is good because I don't think Overwatch is on the Switch. So this could get you a whole new audience. If you want to play a game like Overwatch, Paladins is almost a parody of it. But it looks like it plays just as good, and it looks like it might be fun to play. Fallout Shelter, which is available now. It's a mobile game, and it's on every platform. Dark Souls Remastered, they showed that. That's coming out summer of this year, so very soon. SNK Heroines. So SNK is known for a lot of their fighting games, and this is, I guess, is just the females from the SNK series. That's coming out September 7th. Then they had Monster Hunter Generation Ultimate coming out on August 28th. So it's probably just a better version of Monster Hunter. Wolfenstein 2 comes out June 29th. Then there was this weird one, The World Something With You. I could not identify the middle word that was in it, so, I mean, somebody please in the comments, let me know if you know. Fall of 2018, Mega Man 11 coming out October 2nd. Mega Man 11, of course, just looks like an awesome Mega Man game. Then they showed a little bit of Mario Aces, June 22nd. The weird part is they have all those games that are going to come out, and they showed 3-second snippets of all of them. Just bang, 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 just like rapid fired these things right out of the gun. And it was just like, spend a little bit more time. Because the next thing, this Shinya Takahashi comes out, thanks everybody for having a Switch. And then they had Masahiro Sakurai, and he spent the rest of the time talking about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, you have all these other great games. Now, granted, most people that are probably watching this are probably more interested in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's probably the one they want the most. If you want to see anything on Super Smash Ultimate, I guarantee you there are probably about 8,000 videos right now on Super Smash Ultimate. I don't know anything about the Smash series. I know nothing. I played it one time on I think it was the GameCube, maybe. But supposedly they have every character that's ever been in a Smash game is in this game, including like Solid Snake, Cloud, people like that. Everybody. And then they announced 2 new ones. They had announced the Inklings, which I'm not a Splatoon fan, so that does nothing for me. And then Ridley, who is one of the bad guys from, Samus's world, from Metroid. And there was actually a Final Fantasy VII sighting. That's right, because they showed Cloud. They showed Cloud. the one place to see a Final Fantasy VII sighting, and it's Cloud Strife in Super Smash Bros. That's the only Final Fantasy VII mention that we've gotten in E3. So the game comes out on December 7th, 2018. If you want to know more about Smash Brothers, I promise there are tons and tons of YouTubers out there that will tell you everything you need to know. I'm just not the source for that. So I would recommend just type in Super Smash Brothers and Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, and you will get a million videos. And I'm sure probably some of your favorite YouTubers have already started covering it. So the grade I would give to this, it's a C. It was okay. There's a couple things I want in there, a lot of things I really don't. But it did what it was supposed to do. It wasn't clunky. It was efficient. I really did not like that rapid fire 3-second showing. Some of these games I'd have loved to have known more about. I'd have loved to have known more about Ningala. I would have liked to have known more of Pixark, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I would have liked to have known a little bit more of, I think it was SNK Heroines, Mega Man 11. I'd have liked to have known more of those, but all I got was 3-second snippets. The Switch is an amazing device right now, and it's got a lot of momentum, and it's doing really well. And I'm glad to see that a lot of third-party supporters are jumping on board with this thing, because those games prove that there's a lot of... Because that's not a lot of first-party stuff. That's a lot of third-party stuff, which is awesome. So I'm glad to see that the Switch will not only be successful, but will have third-party support, which means even more games on their successful console. So with all that being said, to the troops, past, present, and future, thanks for the freedom.